Thank you for joining us. How did you start your journey to success?
I would say it was just logical. I was a new mom, a new bride, and I was working. Most of the time, I was exhausted. I felt I had so many roles I had to fill. I realized that my daughter, I felt like I was visiting her life. It wasn't possible to spend more time with her given all of my responsibilities. So I started to think about what can I do? Now, I saw entrepreneurship growing up. That came to the forefront of my mind, and I started to consider it very seriously. And that's how I started.
Deciding that I'm going to help entrepreneurs, and particularly women. What inspired that decision for you?
First business was a performing arts business. So that blew up and that became very successful. So I became known as a successful businesswoman. And other women, they needed help. So I would help, in the background. If somebody came and asked for help, I would definitely help. But when COVID hit, I started taking it a little bit more seriously because I saw the importance for women to start earning income. But even though I started formally around COVID, I started this journey since 2014. I got a little bit more serious in 2017. And in 2019, I made a decision that I would definitely launch into becoming a business coach so that I can empower other Caribbean women to accomplish some of the freedoms that I have achieved, which is time, location, and financial freedom.
How was your own experience as a Caribbean businesswoman influenced your coaching style, and then I guess also the mission that you bring to this, Shelly-Ann?
Well, let's go to the mission first, and then I'll go to the style. The mission really is, I looked around and I saw quite a few women who were not able to attain their full potential or their most authentic and deepest desire with regards to their dreams and their goals. They were in survival mode. And some women, not only were they in survival mode, trying to pay the bills and getting all of those things handled, they were also in situations that were abusive. Abusive on multiple levels. But the one that I knew I could help with was financial abuse. I wanted to ensure that they were able to step away from any sort of abuse. That's part of the mission. The mission is greater. I want to see a large community of Caribbean women who are walking in their purpose, full potential, making change and influence, and creating a path for the younger generation. When it comes to my style is greatly connected to my personality and the influence I had growing up. I'm a pastor's daughter and I'm also the firstborn. Those roles really formed and shaped my mindset and the approach I had to life. So very quickly, I stepped into a role of leadership, of nurturing, of helpfulness, of paying attention and being aware of self and environment. Then as I grew, I paid attention to our Caribbean culture, and I decided that there are a few elements that I wanted to incorporate in my style. One, I wanted to stay a nurturing feminine leader. The next, I wanted to make sure that I simplified anything that was complex that would hinder people's understanding or growth. I wanted to build a community where it wasn't just about me, it would be about other people, not just looking for support from me, but they could get support from each other. And there's a space that they can go to feel like they belong.
I love it because, you look at the statistics about entrepreneurship and just, the lifespan of a new business and does it last? And a lot of women are entrepreneurs. I think what you're doing is so great, Shelly-Ann. And I hear that you're working on a book. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'm excited. The book is in the editor's hands right now. So I'm excited to see what is going to turn out to be. But I'm more excited about how it will help women. As I said, I started as a young entrepreneur, right? I started when I was 29 years old. I had no guidance, no mentor, no coach, and I made a lot of mistakes. I had to learn as I was going and growing. This book is exciting to me, and I'm really thrilled to share it. It has 20 insights. There are 2 books actually. The Entrepreneurship Guide for Success, that came from my heart because I wanted to help women to avoid common mistakes and also to see what entrepreneurship really entailed. A lot of people look at the exciting life, the travel, the possessions that you have, the money, all of those nice external things. But we hardly ever talk about the crying, the depression, the doubt, the imposter syndrome, the fear of all sorts of things, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of expectation, fear of success. We don't talk about those personal things. We don't talk about the pain of the learning curve and the personal development and being under the spotlight all the time, being the one that has to have it right, to do it right, to say it right, to look right. Nobody really talks about those elements of entrepreneurship. So in the book, I spoke about that. The other book is really based on my method, which is the Life by Design, the feminine method, where I am sharing my story about how you can actually create life by design and how possible success is for you. But it really is dependent on you, the individual. So I go really deep on the woman and the character and the mindset of the woman and what's needed for this life design. And that also includes incorporating how to navigate entrepreneurship. So I'm excited about those two books.
Congratulations to you. Of course, guys, you can follow her at Simply Shelly TNT and you'll find out more about when the book hits. Make sure you get a copy. And any tips you can get from this lady, make sure you grab it because she's so great. Thank you, Shelly-Ann, for speaking with us this morning.
You're most welcome. It's always a pleasure.
That was Shelly-Ann Aqui-Solomon, business and entrepreneurship coach from Trinidad and Tobago. And that's it for Caribbean Check-In.